Hello there, and welcome back. My name is Sean Reimer, I don't rhyme, and this episode of Top Geek is gonna be different. Typically I film live action segments for reviews or essays, but I'm honestly not in the headspace to right now. Writer's block and the recent death of my grandmother have been the reasons for the delay in this episode. So, today instead, for a change of pace, let me tell you a story. The year is 2017. The Flames had been swept by the Ducks, we'd survived 1 year with Trump, and okay, you get it. And I was in love. Me and my girlfriend at the time had been dating for a month or two, and decided to move on to the next stage of our relationship. Her wearing something other than black in a 35-degree heat wave. And also sex. We knew it was going to happen, and it was the first time for either of us. So what legendary way did I initiate us hanging out the day we lost our virginities? I simply said, "Hey, later today, you want to come over and watch the worst film of all time?" The Room is more than that. Sure, at its surface, it's the best a bad movie has to offer. Bad acting, incompetent directing, baffling writing, and all around a bunch of people trying to save one man's dream. That man is Tommy Wiseau, and he's the most interesting man in the world. Sorry, Jonathan Goldsmith. No one knows how old he is, where he's from, or where he got the whopping $6 million to produce, write, direct, and star in a fairly simple love triangle story. On the surface, it's a story about a couple named Johnny and Lisa, and their best friend Mark. Mark has an affair with Lisa, and Johnny, played by Tommy, try not to get them confused, kills himself. But when you look deeper, it's significantly more complex than that. They have a creepy kid neighbor who is actually older than most of the cast in the movie, who sells drugs on their roof and also wants to fuck Lisa's belly button. See? Lisa's mom brings up that she has breast cancer at one point and it never comes back up again. Johnny's friends come over to fuck at his place. Johnny has pictures of spoons all over the apartment, and honestly, this is just the tip of the iceberg, so go read The Disaster Artist by Greg Sestero. He has some extraordinary stories about not just The Room or his relationship with Tommy, but also insights into Hollywood as a whole. And don't watch the movie, because they have a cunt play our Lord and Savior Tommy Wiseau. The point is that it's an incredible film. People still see it in theaters to mock it and drink an unhealthy amount of scotchka. That's a combination of scotch and vodka. Look it up. It's remembered more than most films that have won an Oscar, but more importantly, and this is going to be a shock to most of you, but it's true, it means more to me than any other movie. After I ended that relationship to move to Vancouver for school, I was clearly out of my element. A brand new city filled with no one I knew. So I had to find a way to leave my mark. Pun intended. So I introduced all my classmates to my brand new copy of The Room on Blu-ray. And the rest is history. We regularly have watch parties at my place. We tried, unsuccessfully as we weren't the legal age yet, to crash an event Greg went to in the city. We went to the premiere of The Disaster Artist, remind me to tear that poster off my wall, and it became our biggest running joke. We would find ways to inject some Wiseau into a project or a scene whenever we could. Considering all the shit that went down at that school, this definitely made it a better experience. But the biggest thing The Room taught me when I was in school is that there's always more than one way. There's more than one way to make a name for yourself in the industry, as Tommy proved. Hollywood, even Hollywood North, is a shit show. Everyone will use and abuse you on top of the abuse that you cause yourself. You will be rejected so many times that it makes your dating life look good. And on that rare occasion when you get apart, there's an even slimmer chance of it bringing you any kind of success. I look at Tommy's unorthodox success and know that now, more than ever, individuals have the tools to create their own success without agents or producers to blow. Think about it like this. Do you really want to watch a big movie or a show all the time? Or most of the time, do you just sit on your phone and watch a TikTok or a video essay on YouTube? For those who love the Hollywood industry, that's fine. But there's those who wish to go their own way. And there's nothing wrong with that. The room enhanced the best days of my life. And it taught me a lot that helped me get through the worst moments. I moved back home to work on myself, but also to rekindle that relationship. And it was great for a year. Until every fucking thing went wrong. It was ironic that our relationship ended identically to Johnny and Lisa's. No, my ex didn't fuck my best friend, but she felt strongly for someone else. I tried to work through it, but after several talks, I realized she wasn't the same person anymore. She was manipulative, cold, and couldn't comprehend how I was feeling. So, on my 20th birthday, I was alone. And I wanted so badly to die. I wanted to go out like Johnny. But then I remembered something that my ex had used against me, and that I could use against her. When I came home from Vancouver, I referenced a Robert Frost poem as my explanation for coming back. I wanted to go down the road less traveled. I wanted closure for that relationship, and I wanted to know how it would play out. A year later, she used the poem as her reasoning for breaking up with me. She wanted to go down the road less traveled. I could have killed myself, but I knew the outcome of that. I had watched that scenario play out in the room. I needed to go down a road that Tommy's character didn't take, so his memory would carry on. And what a road it was. I had several setbacks, false hopes, new friends, a fucking global pandemic. But now, I can see my efforts were not in vain. There's always another way to find fulfillment. Whether it be fulfillment in your life, or fulfillment in the people that choose to be part of it. Tommy Wiseau taught me that. And on that wonderful note, it's time to end. Thank you very much for watching. Things will get back to normal next week. Good night.